Look at it. That big, beautiful orb. This humble planet is home to homosexuals. Sapiens. Homo sapiens. The strange but sultry residents of this little ball of rock, Mother Earth, the subject of tonight's show. I'm Lulu Lunar, and welcome to my ship. Let's talk about gender, the human gender. Joining me tonight, I have xenoanthropologist Gingoo the Green Gonad.
What is gender? And do you have one? Insectoid, femoid, or asteroid? It's a question many hermaphroditic races have had to answer. Some homos argue that it's as basic as biology, the letters in your DNA, or even your reproductive organs. But some species have genders numbering in the hundreds. That would be a lot of genitalia. Back to you, Lulu.
Thanks, Gingoo. They really do have all sorts. But that begs the question, who is Enoch Burke, and what sort is he? Nouns and pronouns, we all have them. They, them. Pronoun, noun, conspiracy, the end of intergalactic civilization. Nope, just a pronoun. Two of them, actually. Enoch, a teacher for unfinished humans, was asked to refer to his students by they, them pronouns, which he took issue with. Let's use they, them pronouns in a sentence. Gingoo?
Enoch Burke is a kawaii MB kitten. They are so wafu, but they are also kind of husbando with the sauce.
Oh, stunning. Enoch interrupted a school event shortly after to make his protest known. But when everyone ignored him, he simply did what anyone would do. He followed his principal around and complained. However, due to wokeness, a human mind virus, which my sources are telling me is very, very real, Enoch was imprisoned, locked up simply for speaking his mind, harassing his boss, co-workers and students, and then showing up to work after being told not to by the police, as anyone would. To help us understand this strange specimen of homo culture, we have acquired a human guest by means of kidnap. Joining us tonight, straight from Earth, Mr. Riordáin.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, not at all. I'm not really delighted to be here because I was, as you say, kidnapped. But if I could get back for the school run, I'd be very appreciative.
Well, think about it. It's all semantics, really.
Thanks.
So tell me, as a teacher, what do you think of all this pronoun business? And have you ever come into contact with a they?
Not in my time. Well, I may have, but we weren't using or familiar with that sort of terminology at the time. But I'm also a politician, and about 8 years ago, we had a piece of legislation that went through the National Parliament in Ireland, which is a very small, but we think a very important country on Earth.
Allegedly.
And we had a big debate about it. So it's funny that 8 years later, this row emerges and that Enoch Burke is at the centre of it.
Here we are, politician. Oh, you humans and your funny jobs.
I know.
Do you think Enoch did anything wrong?
Well, he did. He was a bit silly. What's ironic is that 90% of the schools in Ireland are actually under religious patronage, and quite a number of people in those schools who may be, members of the LGBTQ plus community, or divorced teachers, or teachers who are parents and not married, feel as if they can't really be themselves under that religious ethos.
Yes.
So the argument is a bit ironic that 90% of schools, people have to kind of suppress who they are. But in this instance, Enoch decided that he was the one whose civil liberties were being curtailed.
That's very interesting. Very interesting.
Well, I am very interesting. That's why you kidnapped me, I suppose.
Yes, of course.
It's true.
It was a real
picked
honor
you well.
to kidnap you.
Well, I can't say it was an honor to be kidnapped, but I now feel how Enoch Burke must feel incarcerated for his belief system.
Of course.
Allegedly.
We never had belief systems on my home planet. I simply was prayed to and given gifts by my co-conspirators. However, moving on. What would you say to all the species out there who don't even have genders and they're confused by the concept of the binary?
Well, I think conversation is always good. And from the Ireland that I grew up in, conversations weren't really encouraged. And we've moved a long way to having a much more inclusive type of society. But sometimes I feel that arguments and discussions can be, manipulated from bad actors for the wrong reasons. So conversation is good.
Thank you so much. That is all we have time for. Gingoo, take him to the probing station.
Brilliant.
It might be the end of the night for Mr. Riordáin, but don't worry, space explorers. I'll be back after the break to explore a topic near and dear to my heart. Catgirls, stolen valor, or just big fans? We'll talk to feline sapiens to find out. Meow. Talk soon.